Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs, and a rescue cat who likes to craft in her spare time. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message, it boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem. And if you're a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. Ooh, that's a mouthful. It's been a glorious week. Each week brings different challenges and different revelations. Somebody in my bar review my virtual bar support group. So the group is technically on hiatus. However, we all decided that we didn't want to go without each other. So we're still meeting every week between my Zoom and another person's Zoom in the group. We're still meeting. And somebody the other day mentioned this book, Crazy Bosses by Stanley Bing. I have not started to read it yet. It is going on my short list of books. However, right now I have car book, purse book, bed book that I am working my way slowly through. Right now the one that I'm resonating mostly with is A Simple Act of Gratitude. And he talks about sending out a thank you note every day for a year. Yo, that's a lot of thank you notes. That's 365 thank you notes. Because it's not a leap year. And 2026 is not a leap year that I'm aware of. Because otherwise it's 366 thank you notes. It sounds like a lot, but when you really think about it, that's not a lot. So I am slowly buying stamps because I do actually want to put them in the mail rather than handing them to somebody. I want people to open up a handwritten note in the mail rather than a bill. I want them to understand how much I do appreciate people for the things that they do with or for me. And not all of that is monetary stuff. Like, look, I appreciate a gift. I do. What I value even more are the people who take the time to be there for me when I need them, who teach me something new, who shed some light on a situation and help me solve a problem, those sorts of things. So I will be doing that. I had some ADHD moments. I don't know how else to describe them. So I went to the Michael's because Joann's is gone, and where else are you going to go? Because I don't shop at Hobby Lobby. And I bought the stuff to make cards. And I started to make them, but they look blah. I need like a pattern background or something. So I don't necessarily. So then I was thinking, okay, how many of us, when you were a kid, did you guys, I loved stationery. I still love stationery. There's something that just exudes, I think, luxury to me. It's handmade stationery or personalized stationery. And I don't want stationery with my monogram on that because I still struggle with the whole monogram with my thing because my last name is hyphenated. And it's like, I have 4 initials, I guess. But not technically. Legally, I guess I'm an R. But I grew up a G. And when I sign my initials now, when they say initial here, I sign KRG. But that doesn't include my middle name. And I know I'm way overthinking things because that's what I do. And if you're not familiar with me, welcome to Kelly's show where she overthinks and overanalyzes everything. I think part of it is being a lawyer. I think part of it is my background. I actually reached out and asked a couple people, hey, now we have things like Canva. We didn't have that when I was a kid, obviously. I can remember when the Commodore 64 came out, and that was like, ooh, and you had to do the DOS commands to get your computer to run, and I was in middle school. when that was like a big deal. And my dad used to work on the computers that had the punch cards. And we used to get the punch cards and you could use them as flashcards because we were poor and that's what we did. By the way, I came up with a way to solve student loan crisis. And what we should do as a government is to sell the government cheese that we all had when we were kids. If you know, you know. But it made the best mac and cheese and the best grilled cheese sandwiches back then. And they could sell that again. So many of us would be happy. We would happily buy it. And they could use that money to start wiping out student loan debt. And if they could start with mine, because I came up with the idea, I would appreciate that. Okay, so now that we've solved student loan crisis, I'm here to provide solutions. Look, I don't have solutions to a lot of things, and a lot of things that have been going on in this crazy nation, I don't have solutions for. I don't have them. I know we need to show more empathy and more compassion to our fellow humans. And we're just going to leave it at that. We might talk about it later. I don't know. But right now, that's where I'm leaving it at. We just need to be more mindful of each other. And I don't have to agree with you, but I will always defend your right to say what you have to say. Okay. So anyways, off my soapbox, off that subject, we're not going with it. Okay, so thank you notes. So I reached out and I was like, 2 people have offered to help me sort of flesh that out and figure out what my personal, like if you got a letter stationery for me, like a card for me, and you automatically opened it out of the envelope and you go, oh, that's Kelly. That's 100% Kelly. That's what Kelly would look like. Like not physically, but like it just embodies me. Like things I know I love. I actually do want to be girly. Like I said before, the whole pink pen thing. Like, and I've been using my pink pens. The whole, I'm a beach girl. My heart is at the beach. My heart is in my Jeep. Like clearly, because my heart is with my animals. My heart is with my kids. I want the front of my cards to sort of look like that. Okay, so we're working on that. My plan is to start the thank you notes, to start sending them out, even if I wrote them all today, which is not going to happen. No, won't happen this week. I would like to start sending out thank you notes and thinking about you cards on the 1st of October. October 1st is going to be the kickoff of several things for us. So we're going to start off a year of that. Very cool. I'm super excited. So again, if you get a message from me, like in your personal message, like direct message box on Instagram or Facebook, I'm not cuckoo. I really am not. It just might mean that you're one of the people that I feel drawn to send a thank you note to. And that's a good thing. Because who doesn't love letters? The other thing is that so I've been trying to find a checkoff sheet, and at first I was like the Up House, but the only one I could find, I would have to edit it, and the balloons on it, I counted out. Yes, I'm that anal retentive. I counted it out, and it was like over 100. It was like 101. It was like, that's too much pressure, and I don't want to have empty balloons. So I would have to color them in. And I have a year to do this project, and I'm hoping to get a whole lot done. But I don't want to I don't want it to be a source of a lot of stress. So, in my infinite wisdom, this is my sheet. It's actually 2 pages. I may get a piece of board to stick it on, like this. Well, so there's no gap there, kind of thing. So my thought is, I'll have a different color for quilting, if it's a quilting, or if it's a sewing project, if it's a knitting project, it's a crochet project, if it's a cross stitch project, if it's an FFO, and that would include finishing a quilt, quilting, if I finish a quilt top, it would be one color. If I fully finish the quilt, it would be a different color. So I just have to jot that down, so this leaves me a lot of room for the coding. And then like if it's a household project, it would be a different color. So, you know, if I finish painting the living room, that would be one color. That would be a different color than if I finished a stitching project. So I'm super excited. The other thing is I absolutely do want to have this up on a board. One is so that I'm not constantly reprinting it, because we all know that's what will happen. That's what happens with my WhipGo board. And since I don't have my WhipGo board printed this year, I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I don't print it out now. I don't know. I keep it on my laptop, which I thought would be like, oh, that makes more sense rather than me keep printing it out, right? It's not working. So next year we're going to go back to printing out WhipGo board. So what I want is a Project Central, a Kelly Project Central board, where I can put like this check sheet. I can put the colored pens that go specifically with my color coding in the cup right next to it. So I'm not searching for them. They're always going to be on the board. On there will be my WhipGo board. On there, on this Command Central for Kelly, and maybe the kids need to have a Command Central too. I don't know. But on my Command Central would be like maybe my prayers that I'm doing, or that kind of thing. I don't know. Like at the same time, I'm like, well, again, I'm overthinking this. I also think I need to make my own planner, because so you guys know I've had this cheap planner. The cover is gone. Don't ask. I bought it at the Walmart. Okay, at the Walmart. It was like $4 because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this planner. I don't know, right? Well, I have fallen in love with this planner. And to give you a clue, it's just a 2-page spread of the month. That's all there is, with a little list on the side. That's all there is. There's nothing else in this planner. I mean, at the end there is. There's like a spot for your password and all this, and your contacts. I don't fill that out. I literally just have this. That's it, right? So I was like, okay. So I went on Amazon and I ordered this beautiful book, because I was like, okay, it's a little bit more than what I have now, but I thought, again, I'd still have the 2-page spread, but then I would have the individual pages for the week, and then I would have like a doodle book page. Okay. So I was thinking, well, that might be good, because sometimes I do doodle in my squares of my planner. No, there's no months. It doesn't have a month. It's just all weeks. Or I'm sorry, it does have a month, but it's like one page. Where is it? Maybe they don't. No, I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Like for each week you get a cute picture to color on. So this is going back to Amazon. And I'm still on a hunt to find the book, to find the calendar. I like this one. It folds up, like I can shove it in my briefcase. Technically, my purse is big enough it can fit in my purse. It's big enough that all of my stuff fits in each of the square, and then I attach like little post-it notes for myself. Yeah. So if anybody knows where I can get one, and I don't want like, I just want a simple planner. So without having to design my own, because Kelly's trying to alleviate stress, not create more. Because I was sitting in our Thursday night group and I was like, well, what I could do is take one of like those temperature charts and just do like a section of 55, and I could cross stitch the temperature chart, and then I could just fill in when I finish a project. And I was like, you should not be creating a project that will take you more than 1 hour to create in order to have the check off sheet to check off the projects that you're supposed to be finishing. No. So we quickly threw that aside before I went and bought 17,000 more patterns. And yeah, here we are. So I'm going to go with the Jeeps. It's simple. It's simple. It works, right? I just have to work out my color coding. I kind of want to keep it simple. I know I'm like, it sounds really good. The other thing is that Kim, the snitch stitcher, brought up that if I start something new, I should have to like take a finish off my list, right? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. What I will do though is say that if it's not something that I like, if I buy a new pattern after October 1st, if we buy something new and we start that pattern before the 55 that we've reached, I can't count that item as one of my 55 things. So like I have several patterns that I have already kitted up to start, or have so I have several projects that I already have kitted up and ready to go, or that are restarts or whatever, or and so those I'll still count towards finishes. And the only thing the other part of this is I really would like to limit my spending to just things that I need in order to finish projects that are already in motion. So that's how we are. So maybe I just need a binder. Maybe I need to put my planner and this and my Whipco board all in a binder. But then I gotta keep a binder, and a binder's not gonna fit real nice and easy in my purse. And I do like the 8.5 by 11 size, like double plate. I've tried to go smaller. It doesn't work. I need to write down too much stuff going on. It's a good thing. I'm grateful. The other thing is my dryer absolutely took a dump on me. Like it looks like a bomb went off in the drum. I don't know what happened. I wish somebody could explain this to me, because I really and truly have zero clue how this happened. At first I was like, well, maybe it's because at one point like we've dried shoes in it. There's no way. That's a big old hole.
It started off small. I don't know what caused it, but then it kept growing.
And that then led to breaking, parting the door, and another part in it. So it was going to be over $800 to fix it. At which point I ordered a new one. And I am so grateful that I had the money in my savings account, or in my checking account, that I just bought it. And I bought a 5-year warranty plan, and that got delivered today. So dryer is going, and we're doing laundry, right? And I wish I would count laundry as a chore being done, but I'm not. The other good thing is I've been really good. I started putting away my clothes in the dresser rather than just stacking them on top. I know, crazy idea, actually using the dresser. But when I set down goals 2 weeks ago with Kat, that was one of my plans. And then once the clothes weren't on there, I've been able to kind of straighten my blankets in the morning and make my bed. So that's been really cool. Like, I'm grateful. Again, I'm excited about the changes. So I've been managing to keep up with that. So we're still writing our book, which is very exciting. We've uncovered a few more things as to reasons why I am the way I am. And that is exciting. I'm almost at 8,000 words at this point. My goal in 2 weeks is to be at 10,000 words. I could have kept writing tonight. It's coming out. It's coming out. And it's fantastic, and I'm really super, super excited. So, we've also had the end of Stitching Survivor this go-around. Australia versus the world ended. Pavardi. What the hell? Her name's not Pavardi. That's almost like a cheese. I don't know. She's on Team World. She won. I was not cheering for her. I'm kind of bummed. My son was not cheering for her either. So, but we are gearing up. I think on Tuesday we start Dancing with the Stars. So I got to get my shit together there. If you're in Whip Warriors, we are going to play Stitching with the Stars. I've got to post up the names so that you can start attaching your whips. I have not had a chance to do that because all of the things. But that awesome month, I worked on one of my Whip Go pieces this last week, which I'll show you in a minute. And we had a new start. So I'm super excited. So let's have at it. Let's have it at it. Because I have no no haul right now. Am I expecting haul? Yes. I don't know what I was thinking, y'all. But we have a lot of stuff coming in. Okay, so I worked on Moroccan lanterns. I love this piece. I got this one done. I did take out those pieces. It was bothering me. So worked up here all the way. This is the start of another lantern. And then I think there's 2 this way. So barring something really bizarre, I have enough fabric, which I'm super excited about. So my goal, of course, is to keep plugging away on this. This will be one of my stitching with the stars. So we start stitching with the stars, and we start U.S. Survivor. I am planning on, and Whip Warriors, we are allowing double dipping. Thank you, baby Jesus. Thank you, baby Jesus. All 8 pounds, 6 ounces of you, baby Jesus. Because it really does help. So, Moroccan lanterns, I am now at almost 35%. I looked at my stats yesterday. Well, that looks funky, but I know it's right. Oh no, it's okay. I was looking at funky. It's right. So Moroccan lanterns will be one of mine. When I finish with this version, it will be a toss-up. Do I stitch the exact same version as beach lanterns, or do I do Chinese lanterns, which is now out by the Visters, and it's so pretty. The problem with with beach lanterns, I'll have the Lugana here, I think tomorrow, and I have the dye, so I can dye my fabric and be ready to go. I don't know what color I'm going to put the Chinese lanterns on. So what's interesting, and Kim noticed this, is Moroccan lanterns is mostly 310 with just a little bit of each of the color in the lanterns. Chinese lanterns is actually just a little bit of 310 with a lot of color inside the lanterns, which is exciting. I don't know if I should stitch Chinese lanterns on Stormy Night Lugana, but then my beach lanterns aren't going to match, and it may look kind of funky if I have them all hanging together. I don't know where they're going to hang. I might make them all into pillows. I don't know. We all know that I don't FFO anything. Or I shouldn't say that. I do FFO stuff. It's few and far between. I'm a stitcher. I don't care if it gets finished. I just like the process of stitching. So we'll see. So this will for sure get assigned a piece. Okay. Then I worked on this piece. It is Self Love Sampler by Birdie's Crossing on Etsy, and this is my This Month with Go piece assigned to me by Tammy. And it's also my idol piece for Survivor. So I got my stitch. I thought it would end up. I'm pretty close to having this medallion done. So I might try and go through this week and finish this little bit here. And then I think the word underneath it is fierce. Nope, it's not fierce. I don't know what the word is, but I might put in the word. So. For those of you, I'm just stitching this on, it's oatmeal fiddler's cloth from Joann's. It's probably like an 18 or a 20 count Ada is really what it is. But for those of you who are not familiar with this piece, I think I'm nearing like 80%. And I swear that the white actually does show up better here. And that this peach color or pink color does show up better in person. They're not in your face, but they're there. So my hold up right now is there's these like little filigree corners here and here. I don't know what color to stitch those in. But we are getting towards the bottom, and it's super exciting. So that too will still be used for Dancing with the Stars and Survivor, because we're we're so close. I think I have like 16 or 17 finishes done so far this year, and my goal for this year was 25. Mhm. Okay. Excuse me, I needed a little boost of sugar. Probably not, but I did. Okay. The other thing was, this last week was 9/11, the anniversary of 9/11, and so I started the pattern 13 folds. I'm using my project bag that my friend Stephanie, Crafty Stephanie, stitched for me. I love this little bag. It's so cute. It's so cute. I'm using Cosmo Floss, and when I sat down to stitch on this. I didn't start it on September 11th. I couldn't. I didn't stitch that day. I don't think I stitched at all that day. Um, I thought that this was too bright of a blue, but then I was like, because I think on a flag it should be more of a navy blue, and this is more of a royal blue. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? So it would, I think it's too bright. So I may have to get a different color floss for that. It happens. Okay. That's all my stitching. That's it. So this next week, I have several trials going on, as always, several other hearings. We have show and shine next Saturday. I am so excited, and yet I am not ready at all. Not at all. I have my ducks labeled, and I have Dum Dum Suckers labeled. I have to still do a card that goes with the 10mm sockets that I'm passing out. It's a car show. It's a car show. It's a lot of Jeeps, 4x4s, those kinds of things. So those of you who know that when you're working on a car, the socket you're always looking for whatever reason, is a 10mm socket. It's almost a joke. So I got a bunch of 10mm sockets, and the thing is everybody always is looking for a 10mm socket and a good lawyer. And if I give you my card and a 10mm socket, you have them both. I think my Jeep babes that I've talked to thinks it's brilliant marketing. So we have that this weekend, and then the following weekend is Def Can. And I'm still not ready for that either. So, welcome to my world where we do everything kind of last minute, because what else? So that's kind of where I'm at. After Def Can Celebration of Deafness, I'm taking a day and just chilling out. I say that now. That means it won't happen, because that is just the powers that be and the curses that be, and that's the way it goes. And if you're new here, stick around. You'll learn that is what happens. I say I'm taking a day off, and suddenly I have 4 hearings that day, or I have frantic clients who need me or something with the kids. So while I jokingly say I'm going to take a day off, we all know that it's not really going to happen anytime soon. I did get my trainer stand off. I got the back tire off. I am going to have to take it to the bike shop. The tire and the we call them slick, the slick, which is like the temporary tire that you put on when you have to put it on a trainer stand. So I had to have them do it. I don't know how to do it. So yeah, that's really about it. We're just kind of muddling through. We're just kind of making it all happen. And yeah, so I don't have a giveaway. I suspect soon I will. More cleaning, more throwing out, all of the things. Um, yeah. So with that, I'm gonna let you go because yeah, there's no sense in just staring at me. I mean, I'm cute, but who wants to do that? We're at half hour, so I'll let you go. So remember, you are smart, and you are beautiful. You are strong and brave. You are loved. You are needed, and you are wanted. And mostly, you matter. So I am just gonna say I love you, and I'm going to encourage everybody to show a little bit more compassion and empathy to your fellow humans. And if there's something that I can do, you let me know. Reach out to me at His Princess Kelly on Instagram. You can reach me on the Book of Faces. I've been doing a little bit more on TikTok as well. And for those out there, I am just going to keep saying prayers that we find answers. And I'm going to do my little part in this world to kind of make it a little softer place to land for people. So yeah. So with that, good night, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.